Probably see the previews. Kevin Hart comes to a groom's rescue in the new movie, The Wedding Ringer.
Let's go over some of my packages. If you're looking for a basic single wing ring man, that's why I'm your best man. I attend your wedding for the full day.
Now, if you got real problems,
What you need is a silver cufflink. Now that includes everything in the bronze bow tie, plus an additional 3 groomsmen to balance out the bridesmaids. How you looking on groomsmen?
not good at all.
Not good as in you need 1 or 2?
I need 7.
You need seven groomsmen?
But what about the bride? Enter Bridesmaids for Hire. It's a professional bridesmaid service based here in New York, and it's real.
And joining us now is the founder of Bridesmaid for Hire and real-life wedding ringer, Jen Glantz. Jen, thank you, and welcome to Fox & Friends.
Thank you for having me this morning.
How did this start?
So I was a bridesmaid so many times from my own friends that I was nicknamed the professional bridesmaid. And I noticed when I was behind the scenes at weddings, I noticed that there was nobody there for the actual bride. There was a gap in the wedding industry, and I decided to try and fill it.
What does that mean, no one there for the bride?
So there's a wedding planner, but she's there to focus on the things, the venue, the way the atmosphere looks and feels. And her bridesmaids that the bride had were focused on getting ready and having fun themselves. And there was no one to handle the dirty work. And often that fell on the bride herself, and it shouldn't be on her wedding day.
But some people may say, man, this is pretty desperate that you don't have any friends and you have to hire somebody to stand up there with you because you actually put on the dress just like all the bridesmaids and you'll be up there. What do you say to people who think it's kind of desperate to do it?
It's actually the opposite, because you could have the best friends in the world, but it doesn't mean they're going to be good bridesmaids. No one teaches you how to be a bridesmaid. It's a very hard job, and sometimes you want your friends to do what they do best, which is have fun and support you. But I'm there to handle all the stressful situations and the dirty work before and during your wedding.
And the dirty work as in, like, the flowers go bad or something, or you have to dance with the drunk uncle, or
yeah, or
what
help
else?
the bride go to the bathroom. You have to lift up all the layers of her dress, or help her with last-minute challenges.
You are working after all.
You are working.
Does this include giving a drunken rehearsal dinner speech about things you're not supposed to talk about?
If she needs a rehearsal speech, I am there. I'm also there to train her, to help her with her vows, help her practice that, do a lot of the personal tasks that truly no one teaches you or helps you with when you're a bride.
And your day job is a copy editor. So on that note, has anybody ever asked you to copy or, proofread their drunk toast?
Oh, yeah. I've had to proofread vows about an hour before a wedding, and I have my red pen, and I'm crossing out all these words and improving it. So I do it all.
Well, wait. I mean, you go to weddings for a living. Mm-hmm. Are you ever does this make you want to get married more or less?
It does, and it also helps you plan your wedding way before you're even about to get married. So I've been to so many weddings, I know what I personally do and don't want, and it's kind of a cool thing.
What don't you want?
I don't want anything big and extravagant. I want something a little bit smaller and low-key, and it's expensive to get married, so I definitely want something that has a budget to it.
What do your services cost?
Anywhere from $300 to over $2,000. I have 4 packages, everything from virtual bridesmaid to bridesmaid by your side, so it truly depends on the package the bride chooses.
And finally, lasting relationships with any of these brides?
Of course. You really become friends with them because you're dealing with them in a very emotional time in their lives. So then after the wedding, you're kind of curious, how's everything going? How's the groom? How's the family members that I've heard so much about for 6 months or a year? So you do build a relationship.
Anybody ever ask you to be a bridesmaid but then just not be in any of the pictures because you're a stranger?
Sure. Sometimes I'm a bridesmaid just virtually for these women, and I help them out before their wedding. I am on call all the time, and I'm their personal assistant from afar. And sometimes I'm there just behind the scenes, and often I am there wearing the dress and in pictures or not in pictures.
Often a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Hopefully that'll change one day.
The weirdest job of all time.
Here, she already has the whole ceremony planned.
Jen, it was great to meet you.
It's great to meet you, too. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, you were great.
You can find out more at bridesmaidsforhire.com.